to take questions, but I do have one thing to say before we start that. And that's that I think for many of the family child care providers, this is all because the union has convinced you that doing this will make care for kids better. The process of care for kids is within the power of the government, within the power of DSS, within the power of putting new computers into the system to make it work effectively. We can't do that for them. They have to do that for themselves. As Maria said, we can lobby for more money, but lobbying for more money just means that there's less of a pool of people it can go out to. We set our own rates. If providers choose, and this is one of the premises that they're going on, if providers choose to accept solely as their income the Care for Kids dollars, that is their choice. As an entrepreneur, that is your choice, to accept only that money and not go beyond it. So raising the funds for Care for Kids doesn't help us. We already have our set rates. Charging union dues, on the other hand, does affect us. You need to think about that, along with the fact that you're not going to get the health care benefit unless, of course, you qualify for the programs that are already out there. And there's enough programs in the state of Connecticut that can offer you affordable health care insurance. The training is out there. And if it's not funded by DSS now, and it is, it's just that it's been targeted for the past several years towards some KIP and KIN providers, unfortunately not the licensed family care providers, and people that work in school readiness sites. So all of these things that they're promising you, I keep looking at them and don't understand how they can deliver them. Oh, that was one of my notes. Please turn off your cell phone. Anyway, with that said, questions from the floor. Just raise up a card and I'll ask something.
No, actually, I have a question for the audience, if I may. I'm Jason Welch, State Senator from Bristol, Plymouth, Plainville, and Arlington. And my question is for you is, how many of you here are your own family child care provider? You don't work for anybody else. You work for yourself, and that's it. Right? And so that's one of the biggest fallacies and why this is one of the biggest perversions of democracy I've seen so far. Because you don't need a union to talk to yourself, right? No. You don't. You really don't. And you heard a little bit about that here. So what are your state legislators that vote for this bill, or what is the governor saying to you right now? What they're saying is we don't want to talk to you about your problems. We want to talk to a union representative about your problems. And isn't that what democracy is all about? That you could pick up the phone and call me and say, hey, I need some more money in the Care for Kids program because what you're giving us just isn't cutting it, right? I'm the guy you're supposed to call. Rob's the guy you're supposed to call. Joe's the guy you're supposed to call, not a union. So this, friends, is a perversion of democracy. And if we don't stop it here, if you don't stop it for the rest of us in Connecticut, for the rest of us in America, it's not going to end here, because if they can do this to you, they can do this to just about anybody for any reason if there is one state dollar attached to it. And we all know in today's society, in America, and the government systems we have today, we're all getting some kind of state money or federal money for something, because that's the way the system is run. So please, ask questions, get involved, get energized, get excited, because this is the Alamo. This is it. This is our last stand, and we need you. So thank you.
Hi. I think a lot of you know me. I'm Malloy. I don't know if you can Cheshire. I'm State Representative for Cheshire, Wallingford, and Hampden. Just as a point of note, some of us here attended the public hearing they had for the home care providers. And I was appalled when I was there. We had, like Senator Mark, we mentioned before, there were people that were absolutely invalids there, in wheelchairs with attendants, speaking for them or holding a microphone for them. And they were all against this unionization. Then when after they all spoke, some of the union leaders were there, and they handed out scripts, pre-printed scripts that these people never saw before, but they knew they were people that they brought to testify for the unions. And I was appalled at the fact that those people didn't even know what it was all about, just went up and read the script that was read to them. And I don't know, when we say that the home care providers is a very loose term, what does home care mean? That you have the daycare at home? No. I think it's going to provide, affects everyone that has a daycare. My daughter has a daycare, 42 kids. It affects her. Don't be misled by the word home. It affects everything in every daycare. So what I suggest you do, you don't have to send us letters because we'll vote against it. If you have any Democratic legislators in your district that want your vote, make sure you send them a petition from your employees and parents to let them know that you're against that, and they're going to lose your vote. Because otherwise, what's happening right now up at the legislature, the governor gives the orders, and his party follows. If they don't follow, they're in trouble. We don't do that on our side of the aisle. We leave a caucus, we're told we do what we vote as you want. The Democratic side of the aisle, when they vote, they're told, if we don't need your vote to let the bill pass, we'll allow you to vote no. But if we need your vote, you must vote yes. So unfortunately, that's the way it works. It stinks, but it's part of the government that's going on there now, and I'm seeing it worse than ever on the Governor Malloy right now. So I just want to pass that along to you. And the petitions to your state legislators are important because they are worried this is an election year. It's very meaningful. So please do that. Thank you.